Testing, mic check 1 2. Right, hello everyone, Agent Bravo 7 is here. I apologize in advance, my throat is killing me tonight or this morning, depending on how you look at it, because, well, we are right now as we are off in real time, and as you can see, it's early morning in Crimea, which is, let's just call it Autonomous Republic. Autonomous Republic Crimea. It was Autonomous Republic when it was, well, 100% Ukrainian. It's still Autonomous Republic from the point of view of Russia. And honestly, I think Crimea, knowing its people, knowing its history, deserves to be an actual separate state. But yeah, I'm now saying something. Okay, don't do violence, people. Don't do violence, people. I still might get into trouble with the Russian law for saying that, but yeah, I think Crimea deserves to be a separate country. Either way, today we are checking out this pretty unusual model among flight simmers. I haven't seen much. Okay, I'll be honest. I haven't seen literally anyone flying it yet on the stream. Qt Pilot made a short review video on the model. Actually, not so short, almost half an hour. This is a collection of Mooney's M20. It has this Ovation 2. It also has Ovation 3 with bigger naturally aspirated engine. And it even has the Acclaim, the turbine Mooney. Right now we are gonna take this Ovation for a tour around Crimea. Around some places that I've been at. Sadly, Simferopol, where we are starting. This is Simferopol International Airport. That's the old terminal of it. That's the new terminal. We will be taxiing past it. So, I never was in Simferopol. Actually, I was invited there by some of my friends, but I'm still not sure about. Well, maybe visiting Crimea would be on my list of things to do before finally moving to the US. And because after that it might prove difficult, but for now, let's just go ahead and do some scenic flying there. We will take off and head west towards Yevpatoria. Crimea has actually a pretty interesting history. It was before it was Ukrainian and Russian. It was pretty much most of its history Greek, and there are a lot of leftovers of the Greek culture. I don't think we'll see anything. Well, there are actually some what they call. There are actually some well-known landmarks from the time back then. They are mostly in Simferopol, but I don't think we'll have enough time to head there today. So we'll just cruise around the places I've been at, cruise around some lakes. Okay, let's actually get to flying. This plane is actually amazing in a sense that it has almost everything that most of the mature models have. Let's see, it has a wear and tear system. It has all those external objects, which we will remove right now because we are doing our pre-flight. It has a fully functional load manager. What actually concerns me a little about it. Okay, let's fuel up. What actually concerns me is that it doesn't really have any gradation of passenger weight, so me being 140 pounds, I'm not sure what to choose, so let's just think that we have someone of approximately this weight and some cargo. Okay, we are pretty much loaded for the flight. Interesting how in the wing tanks the fuel is shown in gallons, while the totalizer is in pounds. That's, I'd say, quite unusual. We need to travel around 150 miles. Can remove some, just not to not exceed the landing weight. Shouldn't be too much. Alright, let's get to flying. As you can see, this model is pretty nice externally, but internally, well, the panel is not up to modern standards. The texturing, all the other stuff, it's not that great. On the other hand, the seats, the other parts of the interior, actually not that bad. And this actual panel in those colors, it doesn't really look so too bad, so I think we'll take it. Alright, we are loaded. We have set up everything here per flight. Let's go ahead with our checklists. Modern static gear, bolt off, it pushed in, gear selector down, ignition switch off, circuit breakers are all in. Each of them actually is interactive, so all the systems are modeled. Yeah. Okay, turning on master switch. Fuel 40 gallons in each tank, which is a lot. Battery, let's see which one has higher volts. PCB. They are both charged equally, so let's just run with it. Parted heat, check. I don't think there is a way to actually check it. But at least it shows that it works. Trim. Elevator trim for takeoff. Rudder trim. I don't believe I have it set up. Let's see. Oh, cool. Trim's cool. Flaps. Down. Flaps are down. Cool, that works. Very nice. Okay, cool. This thing doesn't do anything. Unchecked. Lights check. This is what is actually makes this model much better than Coronado already, that all the lights are working as they should. Even from the cockpit view. Okay. Boost pump check. Yeah, it exists. An inserter panel tested. Okay, cool. Works. Master switch on and choke straight downs removed. Okay, before start, pre-flight completed, passengers briefed. Okay guys, stay, everyone please stay, please keep your seatbelts locked at all time. The fire extinguisher is under my seat, the medkit is under the co-pilot seat. Thank you. Okay, that was passenger briefing. Seatbelts fastened, cabin doors closed and locked. Cargo doors too. Hey kitten, welcome. Fuel selector at left tank. Circuit breakers in. Emergency gear handle. It's latched. Yep, it is. Push to release. I hope that means it's latched. Alternative field switch off. Alternate air off. Okay, that's interesting. Strobe lights, not sure why on, but beacon should be on. Okay. Prop full forward. 1/4 of the inch. Mixture full rich. And watching fuel flow. Cool. Mixture cut off. Okay, prop clear. Actually, prop clear. That's how you do it properly. And let's see. Okay. Pump on. Oh, okay. Could be off. Engage starter. And we got her run. Master warning off. Cool. Alternator field switch on. Boost pump can come off. It actually is off. Around 1000 RPM idle is a normal idle for Mooney Bravo. Wing flaps up. Trims are set. Instruments and radios. Autopilot is going through its self-test sequence. In the meantime, let's set up our transponder. 2000 for the VFR in Europe and altitude mode. ADF might actually prove useful because in Crimea there's quite a lot of them. Yeah, hey kitten, I don't remember if I said hi to you. Welcome on the stream. We're starting up. Okay. Standby altitude indicator. Isn't that? That's the altitude indicator and okay. I guess it's somewhere around here. Radar trim set. Instruments check memory set. Field quantity. And altimeter. Speaking of, let's pick up the weather. One to 2.0.
Uniform Kilo Foxtrot Airport information Kilo 0401 Zulu weather wind 043 at 17 visibility 10,000 sky condition 3000 scattered view clouds at 10,400 temperature 7 dew point 1 QNH 1022 advise on initial contact you have information Kilo.
What did they say? QNH.
Uniform Kilo Foxtrot Airport information Kilo 0401 Zulu weather wind 043 at 17 visibility 10,000 sky condition 3000 scattered view clouds at 10,400 temperature Uniform Kilo Foxtrot Airport information Kilo 0401 Zulu weather wind 048 at 17 visibility 10,000 sky condition 3000 Uniform Kilo Foxtrot Airport information Kilo 0401 Zulu.
Okay, I think it's having a stroke. Let's just use our interface 1022 millibars. Something along those lines. Okay. Let's continue. Nav lights on, taxi lights on. we will be taking off from, let's see here, we will be taking off from runway 01, the new runway. And that's basically it. Take off, do a left downward departure and head towards the coast. Okay, let's roll. A little bit of the problem with this model is that it correctly simulates the turning with the differential brakes. So if you do it, if you overdo it a little, you basically won't be able to taxi. Okay. Yeah, what I actually demonstrate right now. Oh my goodness. This is already getting weird. Oh my. I'm all over the place. I'm all over. That's the old terminal. Let's see. Taxiway Foxtrot. Taxiway Foxtrot. I think we'll just continue down the Foxtrot. It should join Lima at some point, crossing the old runway. Oh, shouldn't be any problem. Why do we have problem going straight? Why does it say that something's wrong with flap actuator system? That's interesting. At the very least. Okay, we are on Foxtrot. The sun lights up our cabin. And since we are already at full freedom here, Let's just check out the new terminal. I think no one is here to say us anything. We will just text through it. Taxiway Hotel 3. Interestingly, they use the ICAO naming convention now instead of traditional Russian. Not a bad thing, if you ask me. Interesting, what is even that? Ah, it's a bus stop. It's a new bus stop. Thank you, Kim. Well, I'd say the terminal building is pretty well done. It even has some kind of interior here. Gate 7, gate 8. Oh, I actually didn't expect it to be modeled that well. Simferopol, welcome to Crimea. Добро пожаловать в Крым. Check-in lines. And guys, this is a freeware. Okay. So that's the scenery. Honestly, that's pretty impressive. Oh, I didn't start the flight in Project Fly. I'm gonna fly with the call sign I flew a Muni in Japan with. Just because I don't see the reason why not. Oh my goodness, and we're doing right now 40 knots down taxiway. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. This is our runway. Well, if we are ready to go here. Okay. There's no shame in just following the I'm just following the railway line, because this is basically the way we were coming to Eupatoria, where we continued on a taxi or on a bus to the place where we were actually renting a room for summer. Okay. Before takeoff checklist. Parking brake set. Fuel. Fullest tank. Mixture full reach. Throttle 2000. Max drop 175. Yeah, that's below that. No difference. Cycle the propeller. Governor works as it should. Ampere meter. Volts. Come on. Ah, 27 amperes. That's cool. That's cool. Engine gauges. Engines in the green. Anesthesia panel, nothing special. The throttle back to 1000. Flight instruments set for departure. Actually, it won't hurt to set our runway heading 007. Flight controls check. Perfect. Team flaps. Flap set for takeoff. Boost pump on. Troops and recognition lights on. Landing lights not really required in this case. Altitude mode of transponder on. Let's see. And after rotating at 70 knots, climb speed 105. After takeoff, boost pump off. Climb power 24 and 250. Mixture, not sure why reach or white bar, because the blue bar is actually what is recommended for a climb. But okay, let's roll. That's our recognition lights on the wingtips. This will basically take the pulsing landing lights in the modern planes. Alright. You can see the wind starts to push the plane around. 27, 28, 70 knots, rotate, and we are airborne. Flaps coming up, gear going up. And I think we are flying. We're flying, guys. Okay, what's recommended climb? .24 and max RPM. Some orthos don't look so impressive without the actual overlays. Whoa. Does look like overlays to you guys? Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. Also, the autogen starts to showing up only somewhere around here. Can reduce the manifold pressure and RPMs. Not need much. Can basically continue to cruise at somewhere around 20, which is ridiculously low number for a turbine, but a pretty normal number for a naturally aspirated plane. Still wants to climb. No, please don't. Please don't climb. I really don't want to turn on the autopilot without huge need. Yeah. That's some overlays. Okay. It's actually... Okay, that's a highway. This looks like a rail line. I can't tell. Let's see. Yep, that's the rail line. That's the line to Yevpatoria. So we will just follow it. Turn coordinator is evidently mad at us. Inclinometer. that approximately settles it. What I like about Muniz, and it's especially well feels with those from M20 collection, especially with these ovation. I think I already mentioned this on the stream, but on my other streams, on my Japanese streams, but they are basically muscle cars. They can go very fast and they like to go straight. If you try to turn it, they immediately feel clumsy. They turn slow, they're definitely not made for aerobatics. And they generally don't have a turbocharger. So yeah, muscle cars, muscle planes. What do we have here? Boost pump could be turned off. Mixture 50 rich. Actually, we can go with 50 lean, since it's naturally aspirated. 141, 142, 43. Oh my. I think we will just go full reach. We are pretty low, so here the mix doesn't make any real difference. What I really like about Muniz is their panel, their engine control panel. Perfectly readable. Everything is right at your eyes. In the meantime, we are coming up on the Black Sea. This is the city of Saki, Sierra Alpha Kilo, India. It's not a huge city, and it's right at the seaside. Basically, after this, not sure what it's called. But basically, on the other side of this, what is that? Let's see. Give me a second here. I forget how it's called. Been there hundreds of times. Why am I still climbing? I shouldn't be. GG Diana, searching for Bing in Bing. Great. Right. Yeah, that's Sasik Lake. That's lake called Sasik. And on our side of the lake is the city of Saki, and on the other side is the city of Eupatoria. A well-known resort, actually. The rail line, as you can see, goes right by those small islands. I sadly can't remember for sure if that's an artificial dam or this is a natural thing. But yeah, that's where both rail line and highway go through. It was actually pretty nice to ride a train here. You basically ride the train, and on one side of you, this pretty big lake, and on the other side, the Black Sea. It honestly brings back memories. That said, we're coming up on the city of Eupatoria. Yeah, that's what Mooney Pilot sees instead of what's ahead of them. This huge hood. This huge hood hiding this huge opposite 6. Naturally aspirated 280 horsepower. How's that? Like Centurion is something around 270 turbine. So yeah, that's the city of Eupatoria. That's the train station. That's the train station where we arrived. Here the buses and taxis were waiting. Trying to catch clients. And right here is kind of the main street with a tram line, streetcar line. This is HD mesh, Kim. This is HD mesh scenery with ortho. Yeah, let's take a spin around the shoreline. This is the Minax Square Lake. I honestly barely remember it, most likely because we were going by the highway that was basically deeper into the coast. I think I should have done a bit more with the water masks, but well, Silent Clicks looks pretty good. Yevpatoria is actually one of the few places in Crimea with actual sand beaches. Because in most of the Crimea, the beaches are not of sand; they are of how they called? Oh my goodness! It's little stones. Yeah, a fountain. There are a lot of parks in Yevpatoria. I mean, it's a resort city. A lot of hotels, a lot of sanatoriums, basically health hotels. There were a lot of them in the Soviet time. I mean, they're still there, of course, but most of them were built in the Soviet time. Back when Yevpatoria was called something along the lines the sanatorium of the whole Soviet Union. And this is the highway that we were going by to the city of Mirny, which is actually not exactly the city by itself. Mirny is translated from Russian and Ukrainian both as peaceful, which is a pretty word for a military, for basically military garrison city. Well, I guess it's more of a how called. Well, I guess that's kind of a representation of civis pacem parabellum mentality. So, like, yes, that's a military garrison, but it's all for the peace. And in these places there was a lot of steppe, aka shrublands. Like, not exactly true steppe, more like an actual shrublands. A lot of low grass, a lot of like really dry places. This is the town of, let's see here, I'm cross-checking map just to remember some things. Okay, this town I actually don't really remember. This is the town of Molochnaya. Okay, this plane really likes to go fast. And since we're at sea level, it basically goes all out. Gosh. If general aviation in Crimea was a thing, it would be a different place, honestly. So many old military, old agricultural airports that could honestly serve the tourist industry, the flying clubs, anything you need. But no, uh, when the when it was under Ukrainian control, it was basically just forgotten. Now it's under Russian control, and it's all for the military. Well, maybe in 10, 20, 50 years, and maybe we'll kick out. Well, maybe not. Yeah, actually, I mean, I wouldn't mind as I wouldn't mind is a part of American military help kicking out Putin from Russia, but well. When the Putin will be removed, when the current Ukrainian government maybe will come to its senses, maybe Crimea will have some kind of boost in a general aviation sense. But right now, it's not as great. That said, we're coming up on Mirny. Let's see. Okay, so here we'll actually turn closer because those places I actually know pretty well. Here's Oybuzhskaya Lake. With what everyone called this lake clay lake, because it had a medicinal clay, like just you can you can just dig into the lake bed in with your palm, and you'll have this this clay, this really dark clay. And I don't know how much confirmed it was, but it thought that the clay in this lake was medicinal. It had some healing properties. So people just came there and dug this clay out and applied it. At least I can guarantee it wasn't it wasn't dangerous, because people did this, and well, I don't know that anyone I don't remember anyone got sick from it. So, well, nevertheless, I mostly prefer modern medicine these days. Okay, this is the town of Штормовое. in Russian pronunciation, which could be translated as basically stormy. This storms town. I'd say that says something about the Black Sea. A small cozy town which we arrived at like completely and utterly tired after going along the lake for Mom took us on those long walks from Popovka, this village we were staying in next to the town of Mirny. And we walked along the shoreline, along the lake to Shtormovoye. And basically we were exhausted. Like, imagine two little girls. Like I was somewhat I was something 10. Kay, my sister, was 8. Yeah, we were really young. We really got tired. And yeah, that was basically almost a hike. But yeah, it was okay. That said, this is Popovka. This is the village we were staying in. See this blinking white beacon? This beacon we actually saw. It looks quite different from what it looks like here, but yeah, it was there, and well, it worked. And in this village, basically in every almost every household, they were renting out the rooms for the for people to stay for the summer. That was the beach. That was a real long, just basically wild beach without any supervision, without any control. You just go out and just go and swim into the sea. Okay, and now I turn around the lake. A lot of little restaurants and cafes in the town, and bars, karaoke and stuff, drinks and parties every night. Crimea, at least for Russia and Ukraine, was well known for its wine, and yeah, basically the local wine was kind of a local specialty. Okay, let's take a spin around the town of Mirny. Oh, see this old runway? That's a very old, inactive Soviet airbase. It's a very old concrete runway. It's already covered in bushes and other stuff. It's virtually unusable. Actually, let's see. There was something I was curious about. What is interesting, those places aren't exactly as I remember them, because back then Popovka was basically a one-street village. One street along the shoreline, and this one single street, and behind the street there was like a big, huge Lord Hall of Nothing. Okay, that's the Mirny. That's Mirny. Let's see. Okay, that looks abnormally civilized. So I guess all those zones where where was only like some grass, some bushes, and some abandoned houses, I guess, that were built for or by some maybe someone was trying to make some development around there. They were basically abandoned, and there was this like a huge plain with basically almost nothing, and you needed to cross this what's the name? This big field of basically nothing to get to Mirny. Right now, as you can see, Mirny basically connected to Popovka. And yeah, there... It looks there's some kind of an actual... there's some actual housing, maybe hotels, maybe some other stuff. Well, at least the beach is still there. And here is the Donoslav Lake. Donoslav Lake, it's interesting in a sense that it's very shallow. In the most of it, you can basically, you see this huge lake. You can cross it on foot, because basically it's all the way to the other side. It's only like knee deep, and in this lake we were going for to catch shrimps. Well, I guess everyone knows what shrimps are, but for those who don't, basically it's like a small crawfish or a small lobsters, like really tiny. And how do you catch shrimp? You basically drag the net through the seaweed in this lake. Then you take out the net, and in this seaweed you basically get the shrimp out of it. Get them out, and you watch out so they won't jump back into the lake before you put them into the bottle with the water where you can carry them home to cook. Interestingly, shrimp can jump really like a long distance. Like they curl up, then they straighten up their tails, and on those tails they can jump like a whole meter at least. They can easily jump, and a shrimp is like 3-4 centimeters long. That were the big ones. The smaller ones were like 1.5 to 2 centimeters, something like that. So yeah, almost like ticks. There's also a harbor which is pretty deep in the Donoslav Lake, but it doesn't go far. During the Crimean conflict of 2015, either Russian special forces or either Crimean Russian supporters, they sank a freighter ship here, so the Ukrainian Navy ships can't get into Donoslav, and it won't help their occupation. I'm honestly not sure how much it helped if it did, but well, here's that. Well, I know that the ships didn't come in, but right now, if it actually happened as it happened, it rendered the Donoslav harbor unusable, and well, question is, what do you do with it right now, and how would you use it right now? I mean, yeah, the tactical the tactical plan was successful. Question is about strategic now. What do they do with it now? There's no real answer. Okay. I would say that mostly wraps up what the places I personally know. So let's get up to some altitude. And see Crimea from above. Climb power set. See what Mooney Ovation is actually capable of. As you can see already at 2000 feet, I have to add some additional I have to add some throttle to keep the manifold pressure in for the climb. That's a sign of naturally aspirated engine that isn't altitude compensated. Ouch. I really like the sound of this engine. Like, ouch, some clouds on the ortho. Well, that's a problem. I really like the sound of this engine. This this low roar of naturally aspirated engine without any turbine whistling, without any other stuff. Just pure sound of a big high torque engine. As you can see, we climb fairly well here. Okay. We set an hour. We leaned into our climbing range. The engine right now gives out everything it can. And we have an overcast here. Is it an overcast? Yeah, it's a pretty huge overcast zone. Ow. No. This is not how you descend, guys. Let's be careful here. Especially since we're heading out into the sea. Also, outside air temperature is Volume below 0. Come on. Sand. Turning around. Setting temperature 1 degree. Still kinda dangerous in terms of freezing, but not as it was. Okay, how about we do something a little bit crazy? Why not land at this abandoned airstrip? It was honestly the first airstrip I've ever been at. Okay. Avoid 15-inch. This is interesting. What do they suggest? Fix lights. Nice. Okay. Still the same, right? think that they want us to descend with those settings. But I have a feeling we're still gonna accelerate with those. Mixture could be set full reach, because why honestly not? Yeah, very fun doing. Okay. Here's what we have. Let's pick up the weather.
Uniform Kilo Foxtrot, Foxtrot, airport information, Zulu 0416, Zulu, weather, wind 043 at.
Wind 043 at 17.
Wind 043 at 17. Question: are the condition, the current position are the same? Yeah, about the same. 42 magnetic. So the wind is still offshore breeze. Okay. Nope, that doesn't work, sorry. Okay. Why are we so fast? I believe we can do that. Yep. Yes, that's one of the few GA planes, one of the few really small GA planes that have actual speed brakes. try tank. Okay, let's see if we can find this airport. Since it's the offshore breeze, sorry, onshore breeze, we would want to land towards the sea. Onshore, offshore. No. Offshore. So we're gonna be landing towards the actual land. Let's fly one upwind leg. Let's check out this port closer. Zoom level 17 actually makes it really impressive. Actually, really don't like that it doesn't have any reference for the flaps approach speed. You're 106. Now let's turn base. Degrees bank. It's a proper. Ouch. It's a proper traffic pattern turn. Flap set for takeoff. My goodness, this thing just jumps and goes. Really fast, really hard to handle. Like a proper muscle plane. Okay, lights are as they should be. Setting flow flaps. Yeah, coming down. Prop full, mixture full. All good. And we're landing. We are landing. The old abandoned Soviet time airbase. And the first ever landing strip I've been at. My goodness. This is honestly what I like about Muniz. The silky smooth landings. Okay guys, let's park here and see what we have. For the shutdown procedure. Okay. Landing lights off. Ignition lights off. My pleasure, Kim. My pleasure. Strobe lights off. Speed brakes in. Flaps up. Boost pump. Yeah, I actually forgot about it. And transponder into standby. I mean, honestly, this place internally has a really special value to me. And this old military town. And this huge lake. And especially this abandoned airstrip. Okay, flaps up, boost pump off, transponder standby, brakes retract. Okay, fucking brake fully applied. ELT disarm. Should I really? No, I think I should just ignore that part. Alternative field switch off. Everything electrical goes off. But over 1000. Mixture. Idle cutoff. Engine shut down. Ignition off. And master switch off. I don't think there's any place we can tie her down. So let's see how I was landing. Minus 227. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Chokes. Bited covers, inlet covers, and cones around. Now let's see flap actuator, gear actuator operational, left gear brake, right gear brake full, beacon light, taxi light, landing light, job fail. Everything's good here. Let's turn off the rest of the lights. Trying to find a good angle. Either way, guys, so that's gonna be it for today or tonight. Thanks for joining me. I hope you. I really hope you enjoyed some of the info, some of the flying, and this actual plane. I will actually take it out for the more serious tours, because it's really unusual and it's really interesting. So guys, until then, goodbye and good night. See you next time. Let's see if we can join someone. No, not really. Hey guys, good night.